Whoa!
Whoa! Let's speak at the same time throughout this entire
thing. Great.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Characters Welcome.
Welcome to Characters Welcome, or should we say, what's like a rhyme with welcome that's like scary?
What about my name? Just Insane Tyler. Hello. And then we have an even spookier
Eric. Look out, he's here and he has opinions and strange trends that he does. What's up, Galaxy Studios? Hello, what's up, Zeke? Happy Halloween. We are but 4 hours away from a holiday, which means today is Mischief Night, right?
Oh, is that accurate? That's what we call it?
Is that the
day before Halloween?
I think
it's a mischief. It's like a pre-mischief. You set up your mischief.
I think the day before Halloween is Mischief Night, where folks from far and wide and mostly New Jersey commit crimes.
Yeah,
and hurt property.
Galaxy Studios has some questions, plural.
Galaxy Studios, ask some cues. We're just getting ramped up here. This is the part of the podcast, or this is the part of the show.
This is the part of the show that is a podcast.
This is the part of the show where we shoot the shit.
Yeah, we're just easing into the tickaloos. We're warming them up.
Ooh, Slay Core Zeppelin. Ooh,
that's good stuff.
How you doing, Justin? What's new, buddy?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling fresh. I have a light headache, and I haven't slept. I had a good night of sleep in 5 days. So
that's great, and that's what October's all about, folks. October's all about not really knowing when it's daytime and when it's nighttime, and that's when that in about a week or 2 weeks or whenever that daylight savings kicks in, it's about to get even more confusing.
Yeah, everyone's down in daylight savings to the point where it's like Congress is like desperate to pass a thing that's like time doesn't move anymore. And I, for one, am like, keep time weird. Let's keep time shifting. Good. I like the surprise. I like an early darkness. I like to take care of our farming community out there so they can get up and milk them cows with a little bit of sunshine on them.
With a kiss of a plume. You know,
yeah.
And they thank you for it. But although I would argue that, you know, my needs are just as important as someone that's trying to feed America. And my needs are like, when you change the hours of sunlight, sometimes the sun is still in my face when I'm trying to watch the Great British Bake Off, and it's like annoying. And then I have to put my Venetians down. And so I do think that
you're talking about summer. You hate summer?
No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes it's like the light is still on when I'm trying to watch shit. And so if you keep fucking with my light, like, I don't know when to start watching my stories.
Nice. Wait, I can't tell. Do you hate the sun here, also known as Zia, I learned?
Zia is the sun. In New Mexico, it's called the Zia. And I don't like it. No, not a fan. Big yawns from Eric today. Justin said he didn't get much sleep. I got too much sleep, maybe, arguably, and that's why I'm
You look rested. You're positively glowing with energy.
Question from Galaxy Studios. Eric, can you tell me who's that woman ghost? Let's see what you're referring to. I'm assuming in the bottom right-hand corner there's a beautiful little ghost that is, I would argue, ungendered at this point, that says Just for Laughs. And that's because we used to be sponsored by Just for Laughs, the festival.
But then they died.
The funniest thing in the world, which was die.
Yeah. They were murdered.
They were murdered by an email asking them for money that they gave
from the bank. Yeah.
And so
the murder weapon was a regular email.
Yeah. And so for a little while we had a for sale sign on, but then we were like, you know what? Let's let the things that haunt us stay around. You know, that's how iron sharpens iron. That's how you get better.
Oh, fuck. That's nice. Mm-hmm. We're both iron. That's why we're always getting so sharp. Speaking of that, we just had a Characters Welcome show live in New York City just this past weekend. Remember?
Oh, it was just this past weekend. It wasn't even a week ago. We had a live stage spooky show, and boy, was it fun. It was a good time. We had a hoot and a holler. If you all were there, shout it out in the chat. Or if you watched the live stream, our live stream numbers were high for that.
A lot of folks watched at home, which is very fun.
It is very fun. And we had a great time. We had 19 performers do great pieces. We've already uploaded 2 of those pieces to the YouTube page. And there's a third one, which I would say is probably the spookiest piece of the night, going up tomorrow, which will be fun by a performer named Desi Domo, who's great.
That was a very fun piece.
There's a bunch of good stuff on the YouTube page. We had so much fun. It was a good time.
Now, it is the night before Halloween, aka Mischief Night. So shout out in the comments any mischief you are up to, or perhaps any very haunted story you have. Do you have a great ghost story? I don't know if I've ever heard a truly terrifying.
I do have one terrifying ghost story that I've told on this stream once before, but it's pretty scary. Are you sitting down?
Almost always.
You'll probably start remembering this story as soon as I start talking about it. But when I was young, me and my mom and my sister moved from one house to another house. Is this starting to sound familiar already, Justin?
Yes, a little bit, yes.
And a guy helped us move into this new old rickety house who was at the time the piano player at our church, and he was that's not even the spooky.
It's a fucked up job.
That's not even spooky, right? He was like kind of like a self-described like empath kind of guy who had like, you know, a large heart and feelings and really felt the presence of the Lord.
Yes.
But anyway, we move into this old spooky house, which I didn't say this information last time, but this is true. My room had a door to the attic in it. So my room was the only way to get into the attic. And so we are schlepping things through the house, up the set of stairs to the second floor, into my brand new room, up that door and that set of stairs into the attic. And this guy stops halfway up the stairs to the attic with a box of like Christmas decorations. And he sits them down on the steps and he says, "I'm very sorry." He's like still looking straight ahead. He hasn't backed down yet. And we're like, "What's up?" He goes, "I'm really sorry. I can't go any further." And my mom went, "What's wrong?" And he said, "They don't want me here."
That's what I love about stories like this, is where it's like, holy shit, you're observing someone else's scariest moment. And so you're instantly like, this is bad, but you have no control over the situation. You're just like,
they don't want me here. I was already a teen that had some problems. And then it was like, wow, that stinks. Okay, Eric, this is your room. I guess don't open that door that just faces your bed for the rest of the time that you're here. Scary.
Yeah. And did you ever?
I don't think I ever went up there. No way. That would not be my MO. I am not courageous in any way, shape, or form.
What if they were like buddy ghosts or like a cool?
They were probably just atheists. They were atheist ghosts, and this church-loving pianist was like, "They don't like me. They're making fun of me. They're making fun of my job."
There's the spirit of a Seventh-day Adventist here, and that's a slightly different sect from the one that they worship a couple books that I find slightly problematic.
We don't drink on Saturdays. Good for us. Get over yourself. That's scary. How about you? What do you got?
I don't know if I told this on the show either, but the college town that I'll tell this one. So when I was, I went to college with one of my good friends in high school. Wow, that noise is scary enough. And that face. So we went to college together, and he eventually would die over the course of our time in college.
Sad.
He had leukemia, and he had it. He got past it. It came back. Really sad. But later that year, we decided in our dorm room to be like, we were having a party, and we were like, oh, what if we just for kicks, put a tequila leaderboard on the wall, just to like keep track of what everyone's drinking. So inevitably, it became a competition almost immediately. And so like, I'm like sort of like doing pretty well, getting competitive in it. Then some random dude walks in and is like, 7, no problem. Does 7. So then like we're going back and forth. Long story short, I'm wasted asleep in bed. I don't usually have dreams when I have been drinking like that. I have a dream that night where I'm in like a theater. I'm like backstage. There's like people like dancing girls, like burlesque dancing girls are back there. I'm like, oh, this is weird. I go downstairs and I go into a bathroom, but it's not like a stage bathroom. It's like a upstate New York bathroom. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, this is weird. In walks my friend. He's in black and white. The rest of the world's in color. And then I lucid dream at that point, or was visited by a presence. He tells me a bunch of stuff that like I at the time was hearing and perceiving, but has since been blanked out. Like his mouth is just like blurred, sort of, but like the me in the dream is like getting it. And then I'm the whole time I'm thinking, if I don't tell him that he's dead, maybe he won't know that he's dead. He finishes and he says, like, you know, good luck. Goes out the door, closes it behind him, and I wake up.
Whoa. Yeah. Couple interesting things here. There's basically 3 interesting things here that I want to talk about. First is 5 minutes, 11:55. Right in the middle of it said show feet. So obviously very interesting story.
No problem. That's a ghost. That's a ghost.
That is a ghost. You can see that guy too.
You can see those feet. I'm showing my ghost feet right now.
Second thing is wait, what was the second thing? Wait, this is important. Oh, second thing is maybe you've unlocked the mystery of the afterlife, which is more than 7 tequila shots. Yes,
I think that's how you cross over. That's how I do a show called Ghost Drinkers, where I get wasted until I start seeing.
I start seeing ghosts. That's really, really good. And then the third thing is, Justin, only you would be like, it's not like a theater bathroom. It's like an upstate bathroom. And then just continue on like, I'm like, oh, yes. Yes, an upstate bathroom. Now I have the image.
Honestly, it was like a tackily designed bathroom with like a super thick rug, like tchotchkes. Like you ever go to a bathroom and there's like potpourri, which is like dry.
Don't drag my 3 ants like that. Okay?
Yeah, this is what it was. It was an ant's bathroom. It was an ant's bathroom.
An ant's bathroom. That is my sister's house, by the way, everybody. That is the final boss.
That's fucking busy.
That is the final boss. Dude, I forgot about that, Jorge, until you posted it. That is insane.
That's wild. I can't imagine being like, yes, I want that on my wall, and I want to be yelled at by the pantry every day when I walk past.
Oh my God, what a dream.
Stevie says, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, there are some absolute ghosts and ghouls in the chat. And so that's where we're at, folks. I'm so excited though, because this is a character comedy YouTube page and a character comedy show. We've gotten through the part where we talk about ourselves, boo, hiss, yucky. Now we're into the meat and potatoes of the night, which is you're about to see a character comedy extravaganza. We've brought the best and the brightest, the ghastliest and the most horrid characters you could imagine to perform.
It's truly. And this first one, like, I don't know if it's scary, but the name is scary. The actual idea here is terrifying.
Good. Let me look at it real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't like this.
Like, this is one of the more fucked up ideas I've ever heard.
Already hearing the name, I'm getting, it's like, you know, when you start to salivate where you're like, I think I'm going to throw up. And your mouth is like, yeah, we're getting you ready for that, dude. We're lubing.
You got the old dry tongue. You got the throat yips. You're about to barf. You're about to burp in Technicolor, as they say.
So let's get sick, folks. That we're in color. This is in black and white. Let's welcome out to the rectangles, Golden Corral's #1 fan.
Ooh.
Hello. Prime rib, please. Oh, is today Golden Corral Paper Appreciation Day? Because that's how thin this is. Where's Donna? She's usually in charge of the meat carving station. Maternity? Oh, yeah, I hear that's going around. You're new here, so you probably don't recognize my face from the plaque hanging next to the utility closet. Golden Corral Pensacola's Customer of the Century. That's me. Took me like 2 weeks to make that plaque, but I'm worth it because I'm #1. No one loves this place more than I do. Hey, Devin, 7:35, right on time with that butterfly shrimp. You, my friend, are a fucking machine. Hey, let's get together for a drink when you get off tonight. In my dreams is right. It gets funnier every time you say that. You're so lucky to work here. It's an adventure at GC. Not like at Panera Bread. That's where I work. It's where I used to work. I was ladling some New England clam chowder into a bread bowl, but the bread bowl turned out to be a customer's hands. His palms were so dry, anyone would have confused them with sourdough. Hey, Gladys, I know you like meatloaf, but could you not make out with it? I mean, there's a reason God invented sneeze guards. Geez, you're in here almost as much as I am. You should know the rules, comatose husband or not. You know why I love this place so much? Let me give you 3 reasons. Take 3 guesses. You don't say much. Well, I'll give them to you anyway. Choice, and choice. When I'm here, it's what I want, when I want. Not like back at my parents' house. I had to move back after I quit Panera Bread. I get so tired of having to leave the basement and walk all the way upstairs just to be like, no, Mom, I don't want to see another butter sculpture you carved to make you look like the birth of Venus. And where's Dad with the pump? My air mattress is flaccid again. Hey, Lydia, you are doing an amazing job with that baked potato bar. Seriously. No, seriously. Carl, who used to do the job before you, he always dragged his feet with the bacon bits. But I told the manager that he was selling peyote to children out the back of the kitchen. You're welcome. Don't you just love it here? Here in this place, everything is exactly as it should be. This place is my sea of tranquility. Nay, it's my temple. Every steam tray a shrine to the utopia that is the questionably low-priced American all-you-can-eat buffet. But beyond all the Bourbon Street chicken and the scalloped potatoes and the green stuff is the reason why we all pray at the altar of the Corral. For no trip through a holy land is complete without its deity. Behold, the chocolate wonderfall. Oh, how that flirty fountain taunts me from its perch. That gyrating, pulsating shaft of confectionery flesh, desperate to erupt in a cacophony of cacao spit, like a backed up geyser that's been waiting for 36 miserable, joyless, hopeless, unemployable, goddamn years to explode. I'm home. Seriously, though, could you not be so stingy with the prime rib? I mean, do you know who I am?
Jason Aguirre, everybody.
Hi.
How are you? So good. Where does one acquire a Golden Corral shirt? And please don't tell me it's from going to a Golden Corral.
You know, it wasn't difficult. There were many options when I Googled Golden Corral t-shirt. There was Walmart. There was eBay. I got it on eBay.
GC swag.
And it's so comfortable, too. Like, I've been wearing this as like an around-the-house shirt.
That's how they get you, though. That's the first step to becoming addicted to the GC lifestyle.
And let me ask you, though, this has to come, I feel like this piece has to come from a slight place of love. Like, you've done the research here.
Yeah, like, I love, like, American artifacts, like things that a million years from now, people are going to look at and be like, oh, they did that. Especially when, like, it involves food. Like, I wrote a sketch, like a Golden Corral sketch, which I really love. But realistically, it would cost like millions of dollars to actually film it.
Millions.
So I did the next best thing, and I did a monologue instead.
You turn the dials on this a little bit. It's basically a Golden Corral commercial, I think.
Listen, if they want to pay me, I'm theirs.
That's what we're saying. That's what we're saying. I will say it's been years, probably 12 years at least. But I didn't hate Golden Corral when I used to go. I liked it.
I didn't hate it either. I mean, I only went there honestly once when I was like 16, and it was, it was fun.
They had
The
these.
question is, how do they do it? I think. How is it so cheap? It's alarming.
You don't want to see how the sausage is made. I don't think. I think the back of that area. I think the back kitchen of that is like a war crime. I bet it's not.
You think it's just unclean? I feel like they're just taking all the other restaurant scraps and being like, leave them here. We'll feed them.
I think it's like I bet you their like quote unquote kitchen back there is like floor to ceiling microwaves, like you were at a rock concert and it was amplifiers. That's what I think.
They're probably sourcing their ingredients also from some shady places,
From shady places. They did have really good, what I remember liking a lot, which my dad hated because he was like buying this package for us and was like, you got to get the steak or you got to eat this, was they had these rolls with like a honey butter situation.
The yeast rolls, I think they're called.
Yes.
That's a selling point for them.
Not too bad. It's a selling point for them.
And that chocolate fountain.
That chocolate fountain. Oh.
I actually learned something that after the pandemic, there's now plexiglass in front of the fountain. You can't actually dip things into it yourself. They have an employee do it for you. So it kind of ruins
a chocolatier.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's what they call it. Imagine getting hired and the manager slaps you on the back and it's like, someday, if you work hard enough, you're going to be the fucking
fountain duty. Yeah.
You're going to be the dipper duty.
I feel like chocolate fountains should be reserved for very tacky weddings. That's a special occasion form of dining. You can't just have a casual, everyday chocolate fountain.
I had one for a while. I had a little personal one.
You had an indoor? I think that was a bidet. It's a bidet.
Oh, I think sorry. What are we talking about?
It's very different. Similar device, just different uses.
Yeah, now I'm confused.
I mean, that is true. A chocolate fountain is basically a bidet. Let's be real. And that's maybe where they're saving money.
It's a very thin line. Yeah.
It's a thin line.
You can buy little ones, though, on like Amazon. I was even considering using one for the monologue.
I had one. Oh, get one of those. Do that.
But it was going to get really messy.
That's yes. Too messy. Jason, I loved this character. I thought this was awesome. I was not familiar with your game. Like, what is you said you do some sketch and character?
Sketch and improv. Yeah, that's actually Sunday Morning Dead is my sketch team.
Nice.
We've done a couple shows. We're going to be doing one, I believe, at the BCC main stage.
Great.
Awesome. Later this month. But yeah, that's my sketch team. I don't have a personal Instagram because I care about my mental health. So
that is also fair. Ziegler Zeppelin in the chat earlier said this dude looks so familiar. Do you get that you look like anybody? Does anybody ever say that to you?
They might know me from like the little improv world here.
Yeah, from the circuit.
People say that to me sometimes, and I just tell them I'm on a couple of no-fly lists. Maybe that's
there. You go.
I study the no-fly list myself in case I'm sort of a citizen on patrol a lot of times. Like, hey, should you be flying?
Hold on a second. Yeah, get him.
By the way, Justin, I was there that fateful night at the UCB theater when you took that plunge on the inflatable couch.
Oh,
that was a moment that no one will ever forget.
I was waiting to see there.
Glory never fails.
Quick. I was waiting to hear where the rest of that sentence went because
there could have been a lot of hits.
A lot of fateful nights on the UCB stage. I really thought you were going to say when he dressed up as the Park Slope Baby. I thought
it was like that fateful night you did your magician character and showed your frontal nude,
full of penis and
the
balls.
Full ween to the crowd as a bit.
Oh man, well thanks for coming to the show and thanks for being here. This was so good. Do you have any anything in particular you want to plug and promote? You have like a show coming up you want to
my sketch team, I do a monthly show at Young Ethel's called Story Prov Hour. We get stand-ups to tell stories, and then we have improv groups do sets based on the stories.
Oh, that's great.
So the next one's going to be on Tuesday, December 3rd at 7 p.m. So come out and watch. We have fun.
That's great. Well, Thank you so
Come
much.
back another time. Whenever
I would
next time
love
you have
to.
a character, bring it. Email us. Hit us up. That was super fun.
Anytime you want. Swing
Thank you
by.
so much for having me.
Yeah,
It was
you
a lot of
crushed it.
fun.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jason. We'll
Take
see
care,
you.
guys.
That was great.
Great,
That was
so
very,
fun.
very fun.
So real. I mean, truly, that's there's restaurants, Golden Corral, Ground Round, Ponderosa.
I have not heard of Ground Round. What the
Ground
fuck?
Round is pay what you weigh in upstate New York for kids. You could go in and you'd be like, all right, you're eating for 80 cents or however much you weighed.
You pay a penny. You pay a penny a pound.
Yeah.
If you're a
and
kid?
The same thing. It was just like a bunch of like buffet adjacent things.
Oh, look at this, folks. Lulu Lame on Mischief Night. After, if people remember last week or 2 weeks ago, Lulu Lame came in here and just eviscerated every single person. Were you here, Justin?
I was not.
Oh man. Everybody was on blast.
Wow.
It was
I
pretty
can't
amazing.
believe I missed it.
Lulu, I will say
blast.
You have permission to get Justin.
Let it rip. Yeah, I was gonna say you were just like it's his turn. It's his turn on Mischief Night.
Yeah, get him.
Red gets it though. Penis reveals don't count if they are for a bit. Exactly.
Yes.
Because that was just, it was just part of the script.
It just is a thing. That's the old, what they call that, the CK law, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. He was doing that. That was the only part of it that wasn't a bit. I feel like.
Jorge in the private chat just said, even I got sniped from Lulu Lame, which is true. And Jorge, if I believe, you want to come on here real quick? I believe that your snipe was that your hair looks like a church lady's hat.
Yeah.
That's
every
good.
Single day I've looked in the mirror and gone, God.
It was so funny.
That's so funny. Oh man, that got me.
Oh, man.
That was good.
Oh my God! And the guy Peter, who like subbed in for you, Lulu said about Peter that was like who hit Justin with like a twink transform gun or something like that. It was like very funny. Also,
Lulu Lame saluting in the comments.
Like, I'm ready to rock and roll. Get out of here.
Call me up.
Oh man, so funny. Should we just straight up throw to our next guest, Justin, or do we have any housekeeping?
I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. Let's just go in. I mean, you can, if you want to hit us up on the business Venmo, send us some cash. That's how we pay for the leopard skin pillbox hats that is Jorge's head, Jorge's hairstyle. So please, those are expensive, and especially getting the human hair attached to them and attached to his head. It's not easy, but please send us some cash. Whatever you put in the comment, we will read live on this show. It's your chance to shine or roast or do whatever.
You want to throw some roasts? It only costs $1, and we will feel bad about it, like Jorge said, for the rest of our lives.
Rest of our lives. Exactly right.
So throw a couple bucks in there. We'll read what you say. We appreciate y'all. But for now, I think we should, and we'll check in on that in a minute. But for now, I think we should throw to our next guest. I'm so excited for our next guest, Justin. Get this, folks. I don't want to bring it up. But the election is a few days away.
Oh, man, that's coming up before the next show.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like this week sitch.
And don't worry, we won't know who won.
Yes, but what a fun time we'll have on here. What a great roundtable we can.
What a great roundtable we can have. But yeah, the election's just a few days away, and folks are out there and they're trying to get the vote from anybody. You know what I mean? And people are coming out of the woodworks to vote for this person and that person. And in America, everyone can vote, including, well, yes, currently, until getting caught, including this guy.
Yeah. Good caveat.
So I am so excited to welcome out the next guest. Here they come, coming at us from an undisclosed but very disclosed location. The last January 6th insurrectionist still in the Capitol building.
Woo!
Schönes Mädchen, komm doch noch rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon.
Hello. This is the war journal of Tony DeLong, a.k.a. the Q Wardley Lion, second lieutenant in the QAnon testosterone Tonys. It's day 1,393 of my siege on the Capitol building. I'm still in here. Everybody else left like immediately, like so fast on January 6th after taking a bunch of selfies and pissing on Bernie Sanders' laptop and shitting on several desks. I thought we were in it for the long haul, guys. Now I'm hiding in this strange basement praying Mitch McConnell is too old to notice people. When I ran into the Capitol, I was like, it's the storm. QAnon is right. Let's bring the pedophiles to justice. And now I'm like, government buildings are confusing. You can fool people by pretending to be a statue. And Ted Cruz farts constantly. Let me be honest, folks. I'm struggling here. My revolution fur is starting to chafe. I haven't changed my thunderwear in years, and I'm suddenly way behind on the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Is it still kicking ass? Don't spoil it. It's been hard to find food. I've subsisted exclusively on sour cream and onion chips that fall out of Rand Paul's mouth, which is surprisingly a lot. This guy is straight cookie monstering food at his face. He chews randomly. It doesn't make any sense. I've had to move constantly. I spent 3 months in disguise as Chuck Grassley's dog. I didn't even have to wear a costume. He doesn't know what's going on. All I had to do was occasionally lick peanut butter off of his nipples. And out of his butthole, of course. I slept for weeks in Lindsey Graham's cock torture closet, which is surprisingly comfortable, except for my cock. I got so desperate I tried to talk to Ted Cruz in his office one day. But it turns out he actually is just 10,000 cockroaches in a skin suit. I think constantly of my QAnon friends, wondering why they haven't come back for me. I thought we had a bond, Chewbacca. Where are you, 5G made me undateable, Greg? Whither thou, Dan the boner clown? I'm starting to think this revolution wasn't driven by ideals, but perhaps an overriding urge to have a second bachelor party. But instead of strippers, we try and fuck the blind Justice Lady statue. I'm completely disillusioned. I'm really questioning if Donald Trump is the bronze sex god that I was led to believe. Really regretting the full back tattoo of Trump's acting out the volleyball scene from Top Gun, HOT. And if Trump is a lie, maybe my primary news source, patriotslap.freedom/KGB Angel Fire, isn't telling me the whole truth. Does the New York Times website feature GIF ads of herbal MILF satisfier pills? That's how journalism is funded in this country, right? Perhaps worst of all, I was accidentally added to the Senate Finance Committee, where I wrote a bill that will fund Medicare for all for generations. Damn it! If I could get Medicare for all my friends and family for the rest of their lives, they will never forgive me. Well, sad news, believers. I'm off to fill out my absentee ballot for Kamala Harris because that Trump dude has gotten weird. Am I right?
Oh, man. Are there some new gags in here?
Not really. I had to renumber. It took me a while to figure out how many days it's been since January.
That's tough. There are so many little gem lines in there that are so funny. Like the herbal MILF satisfier pills is so funny.
Just rolls off the tongue. In all of my career, I didn't realize how weird I am about adjectives until people are like, bro, you don't need 3 adjectives in front of every noun that you're trying to land on.
Counterpoint.
As a punchline.
Eat my ass.
Yes.
Wrong.
Eat my round, pugnacious, red-hot ass is what I would say.
That's your thing, baby. Unfortunately for you, Justin, everyone agrees that you just put a vagina on your face.
You know what this? I would give someone $500 if they could tell me what this is that I'm holding up. I won't hold it up, but you have the context clues.
Okay, let's think about this, folks. And don't everybody just shout out at once. We only get a couple. We only get a couple guesses.
We only get a couple shots at this.
Let's think about.
Remember what it looked like. I'm
going to shout out to chat general things you can agree or disagree with here. A cowardly lion, part of a cowardly lion costume is a thought. Another thought is those like hand warmers that rich people wear on the ski slope that kind of like put their arms into. Another A third guess is a toilet seat cover.
Yes.
The guess I have.
That's some decadent. This is actual beaver pelt toilet seat.
Well, we're talking about upstate bathrooms.
Yeah, no, I know exactly. Connor Ozar, Justin's look is giving experimental theater piece about your own birth. That's the highest compliment a theater major can get. So
look, Red and Scheuchler says that rich person hand warmer is called a muff. So we were all right that you did have.
Wow, everyone's doing the work tonight. Everyone's doing the work.
What's the reveal? What is it, Justin?
It is the boot of a dog costume that we had for Halloween like 9 years ago or something.
It's the boot of a dog.
It's like the cuff that goes on your foot
for a dog costume. Not anymore though. Ooh, man, I didn't even see what the inside. Ooh, don't show feet, Justin. Jorge immediately zooming.
Yeah, he's like, get this to the president of the internet immediately.
The inside of that is such a fleshy color. Holy,
it's weirdly orange actually, but like, yes, it is strange.
Ooh, look at that.
And it's got a strap. I don't know.
Oh man, free feet in this economy, says Timber.
Hey,
yo,
a lot of us have them. A lot of us have them.
We got a foot. We got a foot. Justin, the funniest conclusion to this is if you ended up on WikiFeet.
Yeah, the most likely.
Which I will say, chat, members of Characters Welcome are on WikiFeet. You do the rest of the research.
Feed dies. Chat empties. Keyboard smoking across the United territory. But hey, we had a lot of fun here. But really, go vote.
Hey, I know that we like to joke around a lot, but go vote, everybody.
Get out there and vote for your Herb MILF Satisfier pills.
Get out there and vote for your Herb MILF Satisfier. Honestly, I saw a couple of people chat said I already voted. If you are not registered to vote, truly, go do that thing. Go do that thing.
Some places you've missed your chance. A lot of states these days, there was a big Supreme Court decision handed down where they are allowing Virginia to kick voters off the rolls that they suspect are illegal aliens. Horrible Supreme Court decision.
That's crazy.
Both for its in practice, except you can at Virginia, you can register to vote all the way up until and through Election Day. So check your role in Virginia. The worst part of it is the implication that the Supreme Court is ready to weigh in on whatever the fuck they want with this election. So watch out.
Love it, folks. Doesn't matter. We're going to it doesn't matter. Things are going to be good. Come Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, when we're still wondering what's going on, things are going to be good.
Lulu Lame, Eric updating his own WikiFeet more than his LinkedIn. Yo, WikiFeet is the new LinkedIn.
Lulu Lame,
our bodies are our instruments.
Lulu Lame, X Justin, X everybody. I have looked myself up on WikiFeet just in case twice and was not on there either time.
Yeah. Again, everyone rushes to set up your WikiFeet page. Comments empty out, keyboard smoking across America.
There you go. John Bander, period, foot. Yeah, that's what Connor is searching on Google right now.
That's dangerous.
Justin, do we have anything in the old Venmo from the past?
Great call. Great question. Let me see. My thought is no. I haven't noticed any.
Great. And I'm the one who's not allowed to be on the Venmo because I might do something weird.
Yeah. That's definitely true. I will say Joseph Collier on last week's show says this, drops a 30 bomb, $30 for making me laugh since COVID and sometimes letting me make you laugh back, shouts. Truly no high quite like comedians thinking you're funny. Also, SD Nah does hold up, but the line is a small edge over my wife in 2024 means jorking it. Oh, this is Lulu.
This is Lulu?
Yeah.
Oh, so good. A small edge. So maybe how about this? Maybe we don't say full names when we read the Venmo.
Good call.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Small edge. So the sad dad still, Justin, what you missed was I did the sad dad.
Yes.
Last week. And Lulu, you did make us laugh many times last week. You
Yes.
fucked us up hard. So thank you so much for that money. We appreciate you. Fucking doxed your toast.
Not yeah. Lulu Lame, I would check Pornhub for your straight up bare asshole characters first. Truth.
That's what Heinz
Truth.
Ketchup did. Heinz Ketchup already beat you to the fucking punch, which is why I'm here and not in the Turks and Caicos currently.
Yeah, on that ketchup budge, the
On that
voice of ketchup.
Really
Eric
making that
Feurer, the
15
face of
grand
ketchup.
stretch, really stretching that out. Wow, folks, we still have a couple more characters for you. I'm pumped to welcome out the next one. What do you say?
Yes, I think that's a great idea. As long as we, I guess that would be someone that is a person. That's a person we're ready to welcome out.
Yes, let me do a kiss of research here.
Oh, nice.
Let me do a kiss of research.
I love. What does that mean? A kiss of research? You mean you're gonna kiss and see what you find?
Yes.
Hoping it's a chocolate factory.
Great. I'm excited to welcome out this next guest, and to this guest,
more research required.
To this guest, if I get this wrong, I'm very, very sorry, and we'll figure it out. But I think I know what they want to be introduced as.
Great. Roll the dice.
Yeah, we're so excited for this next character. We have we're about to welcome a musical guest out. We booked music like SNL, and I am pumped for this next guest. If this is right, please welcome Zoot the Muppet from the Electric Mayhem.
Ooh.
Schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her.
Thank you all. We're the Electric Mayhem. Thank you, Muppet Theater. And tonight's show brought to you by the letter B for Band Break. Yeah, good set. Could have been a great set. But yeah, it was good. What, we don't talk backstage anymore? Just saying. Hey, so guys, I just wanted to ask, can I show you some music? Yeah, I got some stuff, man, that I think can take us to the next level. Yeah? Okay. So. Okay, so kids understand hip hop from cartoons, right? Like Karma's World, Alma's Way. I mean, Storybots got Snoop Dogg, and they made the cover of Highlights magazine. Hip hop is bigger than Miss Piggy saying, "Hi-ya!" Okay? So I made a new arrangement to keep us relevant of our most popular song, Wheels on the Bus, right? Yeah, man, how about it? I got charts. I got charts for everybody. But you guys, no? You just want to play our same old songs. Animal, You used to groove with Buddy Rich. Now you're eating cymbals and playing clams. Dr. T, you don't even use your PhD in felt falsetto. And Janice, you can sing. Aren't you tired of glue gun Botox boosters? Please back me up. Just say, for sure. Aren't you guys sick of getting bumped by Fozzie, the basic bitch, Borscht Belt Bear? I mean, we're doing the same songs here. It's time to walk away. The magic is in us. We used to Fraggle Rock. Now we're just playing like Eureka's assholes. Cameos with B-list character actors with a free weekend? Oh, come on. Will Arnett left the A-list when he bailed on BoJack Horseman.
Get him.
Am I crazy for wanting you to care? We had dreams to tour the wubulous world, and now we're the laughing stock of those two old guys in the balcony. Come on, we're the Electric Mayhem, not the goddamn Wiggles. Lips. Floyd. Come on, guys. Look me in the eyes and tell me you're happy. You fucking puppets. I wanted to give all of you another shot. 47 years. The same goddamn theater, the same feathery gimmicks and various untrimmed fingers up my ass for 47 years. We've been playing the same thing for not 1, 2, 3, 47 years. You know what? I quit. Holy Henson, that felt great. All of you have been holding me back. Not you puppeteer, Jim. You hold me up. I just gotta tell you, I'm going on the road with Yo Gabba Gabba. They're creating something right across Sesame Street. We were the renegades on a show called The Muppets. Kermit gave us worldwide fandom, and we're throwing it away just to fuck some of Gonzo's chickens in the green room. You know what? Keep the horn. Because if I don't leave now, I'm going to be repeating the same shit music until the hands are moved for too long and I forget who I am. Until the hands are moved for too long and I forget who I am. Until the hands are moved. Oh, hey guys. Time for the second set already? All right, man. Hey, mind if we chat about something after the show?
Wow. David Tesmagorgas.
Yes. Good, man. Really, really fun. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. I'm in a class. You want to come on the screen? I'm in a class with Professor Pavar Snipe, and I just spoke to them about comedy and some sketch stuff.
Hello. How are you?
Guys, I've been on Encourage's Welcome before. How you doing?
Good.
Great.
How are you?
One person audience.
In the background, that was me.
That was you.
I heard. I was like, who is with Dejan?
I love to see it. Dejan, that was so good, man. So fun. And Crystal in the comments says, "Whoa, dark."
It is dark.
It is.
It has like some real
nice way.
Yeah. Real drama at the end, scary at the end a little bit, fits the season, and really establishing some rules for the puppet universe.
There you go. And I got some tips. I had an event at Sesame Street yesterday, and I got a couple of tips from one of their puppeteers on the movements.
Well, that works. Red commented the hand movements are so good, floppy. Yeah, it worked. It's very, very fun. Really, what a great piece. And honestly, always great to see you flex on the saxophone, you know?
Yeah.
Love to see that.
I love how much you've been working that in. Red says Mana first appeared in French porn, and now we think of it as the Muppet song.
Good.
Truth.
Also good and normal. That's great.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Henson did a lot of things that were like edgy. He did these coffee commercials that were like hyper violent, which are
Jim
wild.
Henson?
They're on YouTube. I forget someone will say, Schroikel will say it in the comments, but they're great. And he was like into some when they were on like because the Muppets were part of SNL originally. Like they're everywhere.
If you haven't seen it, it's a variety show, but it's called Business Business. If you look up Jim Henson Business, and they're talking about like it's a dichotomy thing between profits, gains, loss, and then humanity. So there's 3 different Muppets, and they're kind of competing for what's important through song. And it's like this very like nice piece that's kind of comedic at the fact that they're Muppets. But I was trying to when Eric gave me the note a couple weeks ago at in character our Betty rehearsals, I was like, oh man, I have to do a serious dark thing. All right.
Yes.
It hits though.
I was also in a weird place. I think I pitched for everybody that night. I was like, what if this was really sad?
Yeah. What if there was sort of a small death for each character?
Yeah, you guys caught me. So here, let's just shore up some stuff. Shortly says Wilkins Coffee is the name of the coffee.
Yes, Zcor has it as well. And I believe, if I had to guess, Jorge just dropped in a link to one of the Wilkins coffee spots.
Which is great. Jorge, I have to send you on another search real quick. There is a permanent exhibit at the Museum of Moving Image in Astoria that is for Jim Henson, where there are a bunch of puppets, including there's a real Big Bird there, which is awesome. They have like Wilkins commercial clips you can watch. They have like a bunch of like the real puppets all over the place. And they also have the pitch video for the Muppet Show. And if you haven't seen it before, for people like us who like to pitch stuff, to see how easy it was to get a show.
Yeah.
You should watch the pitch video. It's crazy.
Watching that stuff is fun, but it also stresses.
You're like, holy shit. They watched this one video and they were like, yep, here you go. Here's full funding for your show. But it's pretty cool. It's like one of their puppets has like a news reporter, like reporting on the show, although it doesn't exist yet. And he's just talking about how awesome it's going to be. It's very cool. It's
This Just In guy? That's just the big head news guy?
I guess so, yeah. It's like the news guy and he's just like going crazy. It's awesome. What if the silly thing was either scary or real is stuff I like. That's right, Connor. That's stuff we like too.
That is true, Connor. Dajan, what else has been going on? You've been very busy lately. Did you just wrap up your Sesame stuff?
Yeah, so I did a writing fellowship with Sesame Workshop, which is dope.
Wow.
Like a full kids script end to end in the style of Sesame Workshop. And our mentor was Susan Kim, who wrote on Are You Afraid of the Dark and Arthur. Tons of shows. So I learned a lot about stuff. And I initially wanted to pitch an anthology show, but everybody's like, dude, no one's making anthologies. Unless you have the Netflix budget, you're not getting your anthology off the ground. So yeah, that was like just eye-opening to what's happening in children's media in the industry. And then, that's the big thing. It just wrapped up that fellowship. I got some ins on some other stuff, applying to full-time creator jobs and content stuff. In the meantime, teaching music and teaching kickboxing on Fridays at Ultimate Gym in Brooklyn. So
what a plug. What a plug.
Killer plug right there.
And that's at the same time, yes? Music and kickboxing?
Yeah, music and
he's got that sax and he's wrecking shit.
Just like, honestly, tip number one, pick the big instrument. Pick the large one.
Yeah, pick the biggest tuba you can find. It's a great.
My 6-year-old wants to play the tuba, and she said it for the last 3 years of her life, which is half of her life. So
maybe a euphonium. Start like a small tuba. Euphonium.
Start medium.
Good. She really wants to play the tuba, huh?
She really says it all the time, and she does not deviate. So feels real.
Wow.
This is a band director tip, but it's the tuba and the flute require the most focused air streams. So
I played the flute when I was in I chose the flute in 3rd grade, and what a regret. I was horrible at it.
I still can't hear out of my left ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, they were like, you want to play the flute? I was like the only boy who had ever asked to play the flute in the entire elementary school. They were like, are you sure? They asked me 4 times. I was like, I don't know. Let me do it. Stop being weird.
And then you sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were like, that's why boys shouldn't play the flute.
Their airstreams aren't focused enough.
They just generally suck.
Yeah, you play like this.
I believe that's it. Yeah. Damn, I never got into those instruments. I could never do that shit. That's why I played
Percussion, though. You got the drum line, right?
Did that xylophone and marimba and chimes. I played that stuff.
Did you take piano when you were young?
For a little bit until I persuaded my mom to let me stop because I hated it.
Usually band directors they prefer pianists because you can play percussion, not just kids who are like, I want to go ham on all this stuff. Yeah. So
I played a little bit of piano and I was like, this is the worst. I hate this. I'm bad at this. I don't like this.
For my own stuff, I'll plug Deja Comedy if you're all on YouTube already.
Always.
It's a sketch channel. I drop probably 2 like little vertical video sketches a week, and then the pieces I care about, I put one out about every 2 or 3 months, and they get 30 views. So if you could look up YouTube Yogi, I would be so happy if you looked at that sketch that took me 3 months to edit and is sitting happily under 50.
Love it. Ain't that how it goes, dude? Ain't that how it
work?
Ain't that how it goes? That's the work we do. If you like it, that's what's important.
I like it. It's like a portfolio piece.
Great. And hearing that you like it, like I don't have to watch it. So I just know that you like it. And that's
no.
That's
yeah. If you're happy, I'm not clicking on it.
Oh, Dejan, we'll let you get back to your stuff. But thank you so much for taking the time out, man. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Yeah. And sorry, I didn't in the chat given the behind the scenes thing of me like,
oh, it's awesome.
No, it was great. I love it.
Great, man.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, we'll
later,
see
man. Good luck.
Wow, so much fun.
Great.
Dejan's the best. I wish I could play an instrument with the skill level that he does. That would be awesome.
Music's one of the things, being a performer, there's no, like, you have to work a lot to become good at music, obviously.
Yes.
But the idea that eventually you just have songs that you step on stage and you play like 3 notes and people are like, yeah, I'm like, awesome. What an awesome, in relation to comedy, which is like such a win 'em every time, keep it coming. When you're just like, hey, let's play this song that we know and everyone loves, and let's just have a fun time doing it. Dream performance skill. But
maybe you should make a big shift. That sounds like you should never too late, dude. Never too late.
I can't even hear notes.
Yeah,
someone's like,
it's a little bit too late.
And I'm like,
it's too
no
late.
idea.
Yeah, it's too late. Yeah, you fucked up. Folks, on the tail end of our mischief night, we have 2 spooky things to tell you. One is we're down to our very final character of the night. Oh,
terrifying.
The second thing is that, oh, wow, was that a ghost or was that Justin didn't even see that? I love that.
Yeah.
Waited until he had his eyes closed. Nothing. Don't worry about it. And the second thing is that after this, there's no more scaries. No more scaries. Yeah, no more. We're done with the scaries. There's only laughs after this, folks. Once we're done with our very final sad.
Tuck in the scaries and bring out the goo-goos.
Tuck in the creeps and the crawls and the unnerves and the hackles raised, and you can put each individual hair that has been raised on your arm and push it back down.
Put away the goosebumps and bring out the giggle bumps.
Jorge says, tuck in the booze, bring out the goo-goos, which is some sort of fetish that I am unwilling to kind of pursue. So what do you say we welcome on our last character of the night? And
I am very excited.
Rip it, dude. What do you say?
This is the season of the witch. And who's the person that creates the things that keep us up at nights? It's the writers behind these characters. Please welcome out to the rectangles, if you dare handle it. Open your eyes, remain unblinking, because we welcome out a horror author.
Whoa!
Schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal rüber. Schönes Mädchen, lass mich nie wieder. Komm schon, schönes Mädchen, komm doch mal her.
Hello, I am Drago Mortis, author of the 23-novel best-selling horror anthology, Death Blimp, the story of an evil dirigible airship that gains sentience and terrorizes a small Massachusetts hamlet, killing indiscriminately, but mostly white women. I have written over 96 novels using only my trusty typewriter, more Quaaludes than are way too many Quaaludes, and my editor, whose job is mostly telling me, you can stop now. I have written groundbreaking books that ask the question, what if dog evil? What if store evil? And what if evil just clown or something? But just because I look, sound, and write like a guy who invented biting people doesn't mean I am one to be pigeonholed into just one genre. For example, I also have a very successful line of adorable children's plush animals, the Princess Teeth Friends. This one is called The Cackler, and when I gave it to my nephew, he loved it so much he cried. So, with the spirit of reinvention in mind, I am excited to announce and release my newest novel and my first ever foray into romance with Sex Attack. It is time to close the book on terror and start a new chapter on love. I'd like to read a short passage where our main character meets her first lover. Try not to get too hot or bothered. That is a joke because I am also funny. Let's see here. Okay, here we go. Ashley felt a cold shiver run down her vagina. Dr. Lacerate was as sexy as he was covered in scars. She lit a cigarette, appalled, but in a horny way. He didn't blink, ever, and she liked that. She was sick of dating men who were nice. They always died. Crazy about that blimp, Dr. Lacerate growled. You know, the death one. I'm glad you're okay, considering how white and a woman you are. Hey, she said, putting out her cigarette and lighting a cigarette. Shut up. And the foreplay was finished. Their lips pummeled each other again and again as she shattered off her bra and the doctor hacked and slashed his tongue across her nipples. He caused her moans to spill out all over the floor. There was no way he could stitch those moans back up. They were lethal moans. She was as good as orgasmed. His penis filled with blood. So much blood. Twice as much blood as penis. And as he bludgeoned her breasts, Ashley tore open her legs and decapitated his member all up in them guts. He gave a sensual, ear-piercing shriek. You're coming me! You're coming me! You're coming me! The semen hemorrhaged out of his battered organ, forming a gaunt whitish-gray pool of viscera on the bed. The deed was done. Well, she said, lighting 2 cigarettes. I guess what they say about doctors is right. But before she could finish that sentence, Blimp 2, son of Blimp, burst through her window and crushed them both to death. It does not think, it does not feel, it only kills. This book is dedicated to my wife. I could not have accomplished nearly what I have if it wasn't for her mostly avoiding me. Now, join me next week on the Food Network as I host my brand new lighthearted cooking show, Casserole Massacre.
Eric Feurer, everybody. Very fun, very real. I feel like this feels very Stephen King inspired, but were you reading Stephen King books to get here?
Yes, Stephen King has a violence about everything that he writes. So even the sex scenes are like, they're never like, it's never making love. It's like they fucked, and like they were scratching each other and they were fucking. It's like never soft. I'm like, this guy has no soft bone in his body for that shit.
There was a because they were back in like the 90s, they did a bunch of Stephen King's books as miniseries on like network television.
Yes.
And there was one of them that was like, I don't remember. It was like, it wasn't The Langoliers. It was one like right before that, where it was like a sex violence monster. Watched it and I was like,
dude.
At my age, I was like, holy shit. I can't believe this is
very
I can have access to this.
His relationship to sex is like very interesting to me because it's it's like weaponized. Like in it's like weaponized. It's like these children, these underage children must fuck to kill the monster of childhood. You're like, what the fuck is going on?
Well, when you're that keyed up, not sleeping, like using, like he's by his own admission, like coked up for a lot of his like his like central writing, sex probably is terrifying. It's like, man, could you imagine having sex right now? He's like, no,
save me. I have to write 900 pages instead. Yeah. So bizarre.
But he is like Connor's saying you should read On Writing if you haven't, his writing book, which is excellent. And Connor also highlights a joke that I've been saying since also I was a kid. The inspiration for the movie Thinner was I started losing weight and started feeling scared because I had become attached to the weight.
Oh my
God. Which is crazy. But the Thinner movie that came out, it's again, like, how did they just greenlight stuff? And it was like this, this witch doctor or someone was just like, thinner.
Ooh, and he's like,
and that's the spell that gets on him, and he can't hold on to his weight.
It's crazy. So bizarre.
That's
literally the old days, like Stephen King. It's like I mean, I do respect a lot of his stuff, but he literally is like, what if thin was evil? What if phone was evil?
And I think I agree that sounds like simple now, but back then people were like, holy shit, I have phone.
What if phone was evil?
I like thin. No!
Shit, I have bed. What if bed evil? Oh, I sleep bed. I sleep bed and bed evil?
People talk about how like the movie Christine, that's the evil car one. They're
what
like,
if car evil? Yes.
Killer, great movie. I'm like, how is that movie good? What is the story that the car rolls up and it kills someone?
I don't know. But like Cujo, I just finished. Carrie was like one of his first books, or maybe his first book. I read that the other day. Very short book, very good. I was like, this is like, I want to say peak Stephen King, but it was his first book, and after that, he just like went fucking psycho mode on what if blank was evil.
Yeah. Stephen King's son is a writer named Joe Hill, also a very good. He wrote one of my personal favorite comic books of all time called Lock and Key.
Lock and Key. Oh,
Lock
there's I watched the Netflix.
And the Netflix show's very good as well. Yeah. Love that. Maybe you don't know this. I have a comic book talk show. We reviewed Lock and Key. We were early on board for Lock and Key with Joe Hill and Gabriel Rodriguez, the artist. Over the course of the series, they drew the three hosts, into the comic. So at one point, in the last arc, there's a big party and I play like an asshole high school student. It's
no
so awesome.
Way.
Yes.
That is
so cool.
Awesome. I got to check that out. That is so cool.
Yeah, Schweikler's on it in the comments. It's very funny.
No, we know. Justin's in the comment. That's awesome. That is so cool.
But that was a long way to get to just a little brag for me. But I do. I haven't read all of Stephen King's. I feel like that's one to just really grind through at some point in your life.
I've read a good bit, not like a lot, but I've read Carrie, Cell, It, The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. I really liked. I read almost all of the Gunslinger series. So I know my way around. I've read almost all of Needful Things, but I was kind of like, this is just it's like some of his
Needful Things. That's the sex violence one, I think.
Needful Things is What If Store Was Evil.
No, you're right. That's like a junk store where they find evil.
Yes. What If Store Evil. So I've read a lot of it. I read Pet Sematary. But yeah, some of those ones where they're like, this is 1,100 pages and it's a single story. I'm like, okay, all right. I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see.
Who wrote
Oh, Tommy Knockers is the one I'm thinking of.
Tommy
Knockers.
Who wrote from the Characters Welcome account? Didn't Dreamcatcher have the monster that went through the toilet in that dude's butt? Is that you, Justin?
No, I don't have that kind of clearance.
They don't want us here.
What if Rectangle's evil?
What if Rectangle evil? What if POV Butthole evil?
Yeah, Circle save us from evil Rectangle. Circle Rectangle.
Coming whenever from Stephen King. He already finished it and it just started.
Yeah. What if Butthole evil?
What if Butthole evil, dude?
What if Man in Butthole?
Justin, you got a Lucy, brother.
What if Man in Butthole start talking to you?
What if Men in Butthole talking? Kill the phonies. Oh no. Let's bring out the best tech in the biz, Jorge, because that's the end of our show, folks. And thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. There he is.
Wow.
Best tech in the biz. I've said it. I'll say it again.
Thanks, pal.
Jorge,
Circle
Jorge, you going out tomorrow for Halloween or?
I'm working at UCB actually. I'm teching all night, and there's a Rocky Horror Picture Show Shadowcast. So I'll probably just be a Transylvanian in the tech booth.
That's going to be really fun, though. That's awesome.
That's fun.
I wonder if UCB even knows how much shit's about to be thrown on their stage.
It's the first night of their first night of the grand opening. The Chris Gethard show destroyed that stage in slump, so it really doesn't matter.
So it'll be okay.
Yeah.
It'll
be fine. Broken.
Justin, what are you dressing up for tomorrow?
I have a vague Mad Hatter costume, and I look halfway between Jamiroquai and the guy at the party who has Coke in his pocket. So that's what I'm going as.
I want to say is just Jamiroquai.
Fair. Very fair. I feel like at this point, Jamiroquai lets someone else hold the Coke because he's a target with a hat.
Yeah.
He's like,
Lululemon, it's a hat. You're right. It's a hat.
It's a hat.
It's also a very intense purple shirt, which is sort of a mask for cocaine.
There you go. Love to see it. Folks, thank you so much for being here. We love doing this. We love y'all. Thanks for joining us on this Mischief night. We'll be back next week with fresh new characters. A new drop character tomorrow at noon. We're excited about that. And get this, we already have a show coming up in a couple months for New York Sketch Fest. We'll talk to you more about
not a couple months, a couple weeks.
Sorry, a couple weeks.
New York Comedy Festival. We are doing a best of show. It's going to be a collection of our faves from the last year
last year, which is when we kind of transitioned to these like shorter pieces. So it's going to be a bunch of performers doing their very best, very favorite pieces from this past year. Some of them performed at UCB, some of them performed at Friends and Lovers, some of them performed at BCC Theater, all over the place. It's going to be
a caveat will be popping. We don't know.
Be a little caveat popper there too. So check it out, folks. We'll have a link for you next week on that. But yeah, we'll see y'all next week. Cool.
Is that show also going to have 19 characters or more?
I believe 15. We're trying to be a little bit cleaner about it.
Scary.
Jorge,
it was very fun, but your boy was drenched in that booth.
Yeah, Jorge Teched on Friday, crushed it. Check out the Green Goblin piece if you want to watch it.
People have been highlighting the tech specifically on the Green Goblin piece, Jorge, and that's
no way. I didn't even see it. That's all.
Check the comments. The comments are hyping you, dude.
They liked you. They liked you. All right, folks. See you next week.
Okay. Good night, folks. See you soon. Later.
Bye.
Later.